Welcome back to another episode of Ryan LFC. I'm Crystal Davis, founder of Talawa TV. On today's episode, we'll be looking at the Jamaica 30-man squad for our game against Japan. And I'll be joined by Ashley and Ryan himself.
Thank you very much. Appreciate that intro, Talawa TV. How are you guys doing today? Reggae Boys fans, it's happy time to be a Reggae Boys supporter. We're going to look at it, Jamaica versus Japan. You know, the last time Jamaica faced Japan in a competitive game is 98 World Cup with Theodore Whitmore, the head coach of the Reggae Boys, now scored two. Can the Reggae Boys come back with another repeat against this Japan team? It's a very good team. But before we get into the preview and stuff, guys, I want to introduce two special guests from London. Crystal, how are you doing today, man? From
I'm
Talawa.
well. I'm well. I'm okay. Myself and Ashley were probably in the same position. In terms of the weather, it's a very British weather for the past couple of days. Like, just we're supposed to be in May. Like, I don't know where the sun is, but it can't be found. It's just very gloomy and dull. But other than that, I can't complain.
How are you doing, Ashley?
Yeah, good. The weather is really bad. I live in London usually, but I'm in Manchester right now, and it's just bad.
Is it cold, Ash?
Yeah, it's freezing, and then it's chucking it down. Proper chucking it down, so bad.
You guys should keep the weather in London. Don't bring it to Toronto. No, it's very hot outside and enjoy it now. So I can go outside, go do some exercise and the field and stuff. So that's good. But great to have you guys. Great to have both of you on the platform. I really appreciate it. So guys, make sure you go and check out both of them channel. The link will down in the description. But before we get into the video, guys, I want to tell you guys, make sure you go and check out Cards Plug. Use the coupon code Ryan LFC to get 10% off your order. Everything will be down in the description. Perfect gift for your loved one, friends. A FIFA card, you can get your Jamaican logo, you can get your Liverpool logo, whatever you want on it. Make sure you check out cardsplug.com. Ryan LFC to get 10% off. But let's jump into business. How excited you guys to see Jamaica get game in the international break. That's good for the Reggae Boys. I come to you first, Talawa TV.
I'm excited. It's been a long while coming. Obviously, the last time that the regular senior team were together was some months back against Saudi Arabia, where they beat us in the first match, and then we got them back in the return leg. And then since then, we've obviously played against the USA. Not the result that we were wanting, but I think it was one that was expected. So to get 3 matches on the trot, it can only be good preparation going into the World Cup going into the Gold Cup and then moving on to the World Cup. So it's a good look from my end.
How you feel about the Reggae Boys team taking on Japan?
Yeah, it's always good. I miss it a lot of the time because it's so late at night. That's why I don't really get a chance to watch it too much. But I think we're getting a good team together now. There's a lot of players in England in particular that could have been called up, and maybe in the past they've kind of said no. And it looks like now they're kind of jumping on board. And I think the better Jamaica get, the more players we will attract from the UK. So I think we'll get better and better, hopefully, anyway.
Thank you very much for that, man. That's lovely. That's lovely. But Talawa TV, what do you think about the 30-man squad? You're happy with the 30-man squad? You know, we have Mikel Antoni and a few big name players. Cameron Ruth not on the list yet. Hopefully, we can see them in the Gold Cup and the World Cup qualifiers. So, what do you think about the team in general?
I'm actually quite pleased with it. I know that we don't have a few of the starters, like i.e. Leon Bailey, and I think quite a few of the fans wanted to see Jamal Lowe called back up against, but obviously in the press conference, the coach and the JFF president confirmed to us that his what do you want to call it? His
documents
No, not his documents. It's down to personal reason, which is why he wasn't
personal reason.
included. Yeah, included into the squad. So I know a lot of people are disappointed because they want to see names that you've mentioned, like Mikel Antonio. Some people want to see Roof in the squad, but what we got to understand is it is a slow and steady process. I'm desperate just like the rest of the fans, but like as they say, Rome wasn't built in a day. So it's a slow and steady process, and we just have to get behind the boys and be the 12th man and give them our total support.
So, Ash, do you think this squad and the current player, we're not in the squad like Leon Bailey and few others, Mikel Antonio, do you think this is the best squad on paper the Reggae Boyz have to take part in the Gold Cup and also the World Cup qualify?
Yeah, I think it's a decent squad. There's quite a few players in there. People like Ravel Morrison. He was a very, very good player when he was a kid. And he's kind of, for personal reasons, and I think he's had a bit of drama at the clubs that he's been to. I know he had a hard time at West Ham. He had a bit of a hard time at Man United. So for him to get into a team where, you know, because he's a free agent at the moment, so he's probably going to put everything into this Jamaica squad. So that's kind of what you want. You don't want people that are too focused on their sort of home league. So yeah, people like him, Andre Gray is a decent player. So we've got some good players. So I can see, I don't know, I think with international football, it's about the relationship between the players more so than how good they are individually. So hopefully they just link up well, and then, you know, we have every chance. So hopefully we just get better and better. We've got, you know, kind of go through stages, because I have watched Jamaica in the past, and it's like we got really far in the Gold Cup and then kind of fell off a little bit after that. But we managed to get people like Leon Bailey, who's a great footballer. So yeah, hopefully when everyone's back and together, they gel well, and then hopefully we can get into the World Cup, because we need to get into it.
Most definitely. But my thought on the squad, I think it is a very good squad, and I'm excited. Good time to be a Reggae Boyz supporter at this moment. But fans, I want you guys to be patient with Theodore Whitmore. He's done fantastic so far. We have to give him the support. He's the manager, and anything that Theodore Whitmore said, we have to just work with it. And also, I want the JFF to just give Theodore Whitmore everything in his powers to make they do well in the Gold Cup and qualify for the World Cup, because really and truly, when you look at this squad, it's a very good squad. And I see Ravel Mars tweet something about the JFF. I don't know what's the problem, but I think the JFF, I think they passed that stage, but we're still in the same stage. Like the player going to travel into the Far East to play the Japan game, and he's still not in first class. He's a professional player and big player, and he wants to be in first class. But I want to stretch out them foot and stuff. So JFF, just these few little things can cause hiccup. It sounds simple, but the simple thing in life always matter. So the JFF just need to just play their part and just make the team do well. And Theodore Whitmore is a fantastic coach. But let us talk about Japan first. We want to talk about Japan a little bit. Probably 1 or 2 minutes. I would like to shine a little bit of highlight on the away team, where the Jamaican team going to come up against. Crystal, what could you tell us about the Japan team? We know they are a very good team. What could you tell us?
I can say that on analysis, on their day, they can prove to be a problem. And that's just because like they have individual brilliance within their team. And when they move as a collective, that can be problematic. They have players in their setup. When you look at their left back, right back positions, I think his name is, I can get on my list. He is called Nagata Tomo. I hope I'm pronouncing his name right. He's a left back. You've also got another player called Muroya. He's a right back. Obviously you've got Minamano in the squad as well. Kamada and Oscar Cole. I don't know if I pronounced a lot. I don't know if I pronounced a lot of their names right, but I do think that they have individual brilliance in their team. And what I like about Japan is they do the basics very well. And with that, it's like you can't allow them to play their football, because they will get at you. If you look back at, because you brought up the 1998 squad, if you look back at the 1998 team performance against Japan. The way in which they the way in which they scored that goal was through individual brilliance. So they're very good at player awareness. They know how to like position themselves on the pitch, and that's how they managed to score against us back in 1998. And I think that's part of their football culture, part of their football heritage, that they are intelligent footballers. And if we allow them space on the ball, it could prove to be disastrous for us. So they are intelligent footballers. We can't allow them to be relax and play their game. I think how we should approach the match is we should give them the respect. So just because we might not have played against them in some years, that doesn't mean that, you know, we should allow them to come in and kind of have their own way. Like, we should definitely respect them from the jump so that it doesn't cost us.
Yeah, most definitely. I agree with most of the thing you said about Japan. They are a team that very quick. They play the football on the ground. Like a Manchester City or a Barcelona, they have some very good players. Taco Minamino, he always want to get on the ball to make things happen. But one thing Jamaica have over this Japan team, they're much more quicker. They're strong on this Japan team. If we can be physical with this Japan team, do not allow them to play the ball on the football on the ground. We have to make they try to kick the ball in the air like a long ball or something, you know, to kind
That's the thing though. That's the thing though, Ryan. Like, they're very switched on. They're an irritating team to play against because they are so committed. Like, if you go back and watch a couple of the Japan matches, you will see that they do move as a unit. And sometimes, like I said, that because they do the basics so well, when you add confidence to that, it can prove to be problematic. So they do have a move as a unit, and they can operate effectively really well as individuals. So it's going to be an interesting, to say the least.
Yeah, most definitely. And I'm getting a feedback. Yeah, Krista. You're right. And we have to just. I remember play against Japan. Some of my schoolmates play against Japan in a friendly game. I think Jamaica, and they like say the Japan play like they coming up through the ground in their face. That's how they play quick. And this is just the under 17 is a football philosophy where they have. They play the game at a high tempo, and we has to try to match up with the Japan team. But we're not going to really focus more on Japan. We all know they are a very good team. But this Jamaican team, we're happy, and we have to give the JFF a lot of credit to get 3 games in this international break. Normally Jamaica that play one. Really see we get 2 games in international. So we have to big them up and give them a lot of credit for that. But Asha, what do you think Jamaica need to do in this game to beat this Japan team? Do you think we can get a result against them, or are they going to too good for us?
I think we need to defend well, because I was looking at their results. I think they won their last game 14-0. So yeah, and I think the game before that was like 5-0. Like, they have very high scoring games. So we need to make sure we're clinical going forward and we defend very well. Because I think that's the key to it, hopefully. Because it seems like they score a lot of goals, and if they play very fast paced as well, it can be quite hard to defend against, because you can get caught out at the back. So I think defend well and then take the chances that we get is our best chance of beating them. But yeah, just have to stop them from scoring, because it seems like they're quite good at keeping clean sheets as well, which is not ideal, because with Jamaica, even when we score, we tend to concede. So we need to make sure, you know, we're clinical when we get our chances, and then hopefully we can get a 1-0 or a 2-0 or something like that. Because I think if they score, they tend to score more than one. So yeah, I think that's the best case. Defend well and take our chances when we get them going forward.
I don't think Japan will come up against a physical team like Jamaica in the last 3 games they play. I know they are a very good team in the region, but the team them is just Japan alone in that region. But outside of that, when they come to play against more competitive team in Europe and in CONCACAF, they kind of find it really difficult to break down team and score. They are tiki-taki football, but I think they score a lot of goal in their region, but when they play against team in Europe, they find it difficult to score goal. So, what are your thoughts, Talawa? How do you think we should approach this game? Do you think we can get a result?
Sorry, repeat that last bit for me, Ryan.
What do you think about the game? Do you think we can get a result against this Japan team?
I think if we stick to our principles and just get the basics right, then yes, we can. Because like I said, they are very good at doing the basics. And sometimes it's not necessarily like if you look at like club football, like say, for example, Arsenal is going up against Manchester City. Obviously, we know that Manchester City are the better team on paper and on the pitch. But if Manchester City don't respect Arsenal on the day, and if Manchester City don't do the basics on the day, then Arsenal can get one up on them. And that is the same when you look at Japan and the Reggae Boyz. We can't allow them to play their own football, even though we are going to be in their backyard. We do have to like seize our moment, capitalize on our moments, and make the most of every opportunity. Because if you give them a chance, especially within our 6-yard box, they will try to capitalize, and they are very accurate when they go forward and try to make the most of their opportunities. So it's just about like isolating them and just making sure that they don't play their game.
Most definitely. So my thought on the game, I think if we stick to our principle, and we know Theodore Whitmore likes to play behind the ball, we have to make it difficult for Japan to break us. But whenever we get our chance, we're going to play on the break. Whenever we get our chance, we have to put the ball in the back of the net. We see in that game against United States, whenever we get the chance, we don't put it away. And in that United States game, it showed. If we score 1 or 2 in early, the game would be definitely swing the other way, or the game would change, and it would have put more pressure on the United States. But this time around, and we need to score more goals. We always score 1 or 2 goals in our game. We need to score 2. One love cannot win football game. You know what I mean? It's going to be really difficult. So, yeah, I'm super excited about these upcoming friendly. But Reggae Boyz fans, let me know your thought in the comment section. What do you guys think about the game? I will do a separate video on the starting lineup. So, what do you guys have to say before we take off? Last thing, come to you first, Ashley.
Yeah, just I hope we win. I think hopefully it'll be a 2-1. I don't think it'll be like a 3-0 or something like that. So hopefully it's a 2-1. And yeah, I hope that more players join Jamaica. I think Antonio definitely should, because I don't think he'll get in the England squad ever. So I think there's a few young players as well that I don't think will make it in England. So yeah, hopefully they kind of step up to Jamaica. And I think, like I said earlier, they need to make it a bit easier, because I've heard like with all athletes in Jamaica, the money is not good. Even the likes of Usain Bolt don't get that much money. So they need to kind of put money into it, and I'm sure they'll get better returns out of it. So
tell the people where they can find it. Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube.
Yeah, my Instagram is Yannicka, YANNICKA 91. My Twitter is @It'sYanCity, and my YouTube channel is YanCity ENT. It's mostly Premier League.
Okay. I hope you follow Crystal soon and talk about a little bit about the Reggae Boyz, because we are in the up at this moment. So yeah. In the future though.
We're definitely gonna like link up. I'm gonna follow your page after we finish off this live video. So for me, it's just like similar to what Ash has said. For me, it's just get the basics right. That's all I'm asking for. Get the basics right. Make the most of the opportunity. With Japan, I trust that they will want revenge, because yes, 1998 was some decades ago, but they will want to get one up on us, because that was at a World Cup. And again, Tapper is returning, so they will know that. So they will want to get a result against us. But I think if we just stick to our principle, stick to what the coach tells us, don't allow them to play their football, then we should be all right. And yeah, I'm just hopeful that we can get a result, because last result round, even though it was against the US, obviously, it still left a bit of a distasteful taste in my mouth. So I'm hoping we can get a better result this time round.
Fair enough. So tell the people where they can find it.
They can find me on Twitter and across all social media platforms at Talawa TV. The name should actually be across where my video is, where my picture is, so that you can see Talawa TV on Instagram and on Twitter and on YouTube as well.
Most definitely. Viewers, thank you very much for watching. If you like the video, subscribe. If you want to watch more Reggae Boy, that's the playlist. Click on the playlist and you see every type of video about the Reggae Boy. So free to subscribe. Till next time, from Ryan LFC, I like to say peace out. Thanks for watching. Come on, Reggae Boys.